Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I hope you're having a good day. I thought I come and send greetings on this. We are in this 12/12 portal today, and it will remain open till the 21st. And so let's see what happened. For there is all kinds of things that needs to be let go, and so it is a process. We have to work through the process and let go of all the old in order to finally avail ourselves to the new. The highest wisdom for us today is the Six of Ariel. Your material needs are met and fulfilled in an unexpected way, as by magic. Sign of kindness, to give and receive with gratitude and knowledge and recognition. So it is important to learn to give and to learn to receive, and it is good to be kind. Kindness, goodness, compassion, those things are a manifestation of love. For love is something very abstract, but goodness is not. Compassion is not. Even joy is something we need to we discover joy. Sometimes joy can be brought by something or someone, but it is then comes and go. But when we discover that feeling, we want to stay in it as long as possible, to remain in it. What we need to understand is the Five of Ariel. You are not obligated to undertake all challenges by yourself. Help is right there at hand reach. Negative thoughts do not make things go in the right way. So it confirms that we do need to focus on what is good and to not give too much power to the old energies. What we need to do is the Two of Ariel. You must find an equilibrium. Run after more than one goal at a time. Make all work more enjoyable. So that's where there is very much is very strange position here, but it's about finding the balance between things and making anything more enjoyable, to find little moments, maybe just to take little moments in between those things that we need to do in order to make it flow, and to sometimes there can be a lot of things that we don't want to do, we don't like to do. Maybe they are if we turn to play, to joy, the solution, there may be solution that will come into play that we don't even expect, but can come in if we are open to be receptive to that possibility of receiving assistance, and the outcome will be to change your life. The Archangel Samuel, sudden revelation that allows you to see freedom. Do not postpone until tomorrow what you can do today. Grasp the opportunities that offer every kind of change. So it is the motion from materialism to spiritualism. It is really understanding what is necessary, what is the sacrifice that we need to do in order to move forward. No matter what we need to sacrifice in our spiritual path, we'll be able to reintegrate it later. It is just a matter of having the lucidity to address it. The painting behind me is an astrological self-portrait, number 3. I think it's finished. I had it a little bit of red here, and I do think it's finished. I think it works really well, so it's kind of nice. I'm going to be able to move on to the next level. But those paintings take me years to put together, so it's kind of nice when one is finished, and it's although it's hopefully soon I'll be able to inventory, catalog, explain, frame, do all those things that in order to share that experience of that art. For a long time I was doing my art just for me, just for my own spiritual evolution, but I realized that those paintings are very important. They're addressing certain things of the psyche that have never been addressed before through the arts, at least, except from the Renaissance. But it was a different process at the Italian Renaissance. It was so what we have at our base, the root, it's where all the energies come from, is the healer. So we are the healer. We have to heal. We have to accept the healing, understand what's required for the healing, and allow ourselves to heal naturally. Take the time to do that. Take care of yourself. And on the navel, it's all the astral plane, is the earth plane, and here we have the art. So it is a very creative and passionate life. For the arts is the art. Art in Greek means just to know how. So, and art is something that we know how. In the Greek, in the ancient Greece, the doctors were artists. Everybody was an artist. Anybody that knew something, that had a craft, was an artist. But now that we have those forms of art, for art is something very, very vast, and And so there is a on the solar plexus, which is our power center, we have the high priest or high priestess. So it come together with the healing, using the arts. For there is also the esoterical arts, the arts that we discover within ourselves to transmute the energies to the upper planes, to the upper center, and find this opening. So this will be discovered is the esoterical art that makes it's like a shortcut to ascension. And once we discover how to cultivate this energy all the way up to open the crown chakra. And so we want to return to regain all the powers we had in the past, in all those many incarnations and past life. What we need to in the heart is the monk or the nun. So it's about being to allow ourselves to find some time for ourselves. We don't have to. I was saying once we find the light, we're going to have to go into society to bring it into the world. But it is important to also find time for ourselves, for meditation, for bringing those two parts of ourselves together. And so it is about abnegation, finding abnegation. And of course, this is just a temporary situation. It is just a time to calm our mind, to find peace within ourselves, not to be always devoured by desires and unfulfilled desires. So once we make peace with all that, all the things that we desire are coming closer to us. So it is important to know that. In the communication, the throat chakra, so communication is ruled by Chiron. And it is a dimension that is shared with our I am presence that resides on the upper heart, the thymus. And then we have the physical heart with two axes and two in the back. And then the throat chakra is our communication. It's what comes in and out. And here we have forgiveness. So it is good to forgive. For it is not easy to forgive those people that are continuing to be that are not straight, you know. I mean, we have to forgive them all and let them go, but they're always plotting, and they're always well, maybe not plotting, but their intention is not, they're not in the light, let's say. So we have to forgive all those who are working through this darker process or lower process, or try to. So it's about being free from that and relying from the light of the universe to find our freedom, and then we'll see what we do with all those old energies. But they will find a resolution. At the end, everything find resolution, for we are the creator of our life, and each and every one of us have to face the music, face with our creation. At the end of each life, we have to pass to review our life, and so we learn, and then we choose another path that will balance out whatever, if we need to balance anything out. If there is enough light within one life, we don't need to return it. If we return it, it will be in privileged condition in order to continue this effort of discovering the human pleasures and the service to the planet. And so in our third eye, the third eye is the seat of consciousness. 6 and 7 chakra are very, very important. Is traveling. So we are living or traveling. So there is a great deal of motion. Things will be moving forwards. We have to be ready. And in the crown chakra, we have to put an end to war and battles. For unfortunately, war, battles. Violence is nothing new on the earth. It's been going on for thousands of years. But we need to put an end to it. And the best way is to breathe and to make peace with ourselves. As we make peace with ourselves, we find the serenity, we will be able to influence the world in that effect. And then we'll be able to move beyond the polarity, to elevate ourselves beyond the polarities, beyond the conflict, beyond this, to be as neutral as possible. It is good during those time of turmoil to try to stay as neutral as possible, not to take side, and because it's and just to try to uplift the whole and take care of yourself mainly, and to understanding that we are all one. So whatever we do to someone, we do to everybody else. So it's a new understanding, that a new sense of responsibility on the ethical, moral level in all relationship. We have to be true to ourselves, and then we'll become true to everybody else. For we are working on that. We are cleansing. We are letting go of old beliefs, old habits, or old habit is like a mental process. It's just a mental process. So we want to, and what's in in the Earth star is the community. For we're going to be moving into a new level of community. For now, we're like the Earth community is like they're not really functional, and in heaven there is no need for, there is government, but there's very little need for government, because beings are self-responsible. The more self-responsible we become, the less government we'll need. But in many sense, those very, very big, expensive governments are no longer functional. The only thing a government should do is to coordinate the well-being and assist the people that need, provide education, health. It's just a coordination, but we do not no longer need those humongous governments that cost so much money to make run, and what we won't be able to continue with. The debt system is dead. It's dying. There is no more. It's not going to last very long. Which there is a plan to try to make a shift that will shift the whole population and the world through a monetary system that will be ethical. But they've been trying to prevent that, and so we may. At some point, it may just break down, and and if it breaks down, it'll be very difficult if the money doesn't mean anything. And then what do? We trade. We have this, you have that, but it's kind of practical to have money, though. So, but we do want to return to a system that is fair and true, and for that we're going to need to back the bills will have to be backed by some kind of asset. Otherwise, it is an illusion. And so in the crown is the figure of authority. It is becoming a figure of authority. For once we see the light, this light will resonate in everybody else. Everybody that has the light will see the same light within ourselves, the same truth, the same we will have different perspective, different approach, but there is only one. When all those who works for the highest good of all, or who takes a consideration of the possibility not to harm anyone, there is a synchronicity, and there is a level there is a greater energy that will be moving, that will definitely create some change in 2019. So it is about being prepared. We have those few days until the solstice, so let us be ready. I'm going to finish with a song, just a little song, just to say about love. It's from John Lennon. It goes like this. Love is real, real is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved. Love is touch, touch is love. Love is reaching, reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you, you and me. Love is knowing we can be. Love is free, free is love. Love is living, living love. Love is needing to be loved. Thank you for sticking till the end. Of course, love is not something we can keep to ourselves. When we feel love, it's always in relation to someone. It's always in relation to something. So it is not really ours. It is from the soul, from God. And so we wanna cultivate that part of ourselves that is a source of love, and to put more love into our relationship. Sometimes love means to put barriers, to draw lines. So we're not we have to this love and light, and to be lucid in relation to things. But so let us tune into the inner self, and follow that guidance, and trust that as much as possible. I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Namaste.